There is another flag display here at St James's Park. Lots of black and white on show around all four sides of the stadium, and war flags have delivered again with a banner in the middle of the Gallagher end that says "This city is believing again." And either side of it there are banners, one for Eddie Howe and Newcastle United. Pope in goal, Trippier, Schär, Botman and Byrne, Bruno, Longstaff and Willock, Almiron, Joelinton and Wilson, and the subs Karius, Lascelles, Shelby, San Maxima back from injury, Target, Manquillo, Wood, Fraser and Murphy. And looking for a fifth win of the month in their final game in October, and we're underway on BBC Radio Newcastle and NUFC TV on a day when they could move up to third. And Joelinton moving up the pitch down the left wing with a good run, heading into the corner, and Newcastle have a throw 20 yards out after 20 seconds, kicking up the hill. Dendoncker challenged by Longstaff, he's done well to win it back. Good desire and strength. Bruno now to Almiron, overlapping run from Trippier, the cut back headed over at the near post. Wilson there with an opportunity, looked like he was just it was underneath the ball as it came into the near post. Almiron running down the line, holding his run now, and receives it from Longstaff, returns it to him with a flick, and Longstaff's gone to lift it over the keeper from out wide. What an unbelievable goal that would have been from Sean Longstaff. To Bruno, and now Schär just in front of halfway. Over the top from Schär, that's a great ball. They're in Newcastle. Almiron, it was on his left, on the right, and it was fired back across into the middle, but too high for Wilson. Young with a touch to control on the far side, down the line. Bailey is there, gets away from Schär. Bailey into the area, the cut back. Buendia, what a challenge! Dan Byrne, absolutely brilliant defending from Byrne. Was about to pull the trigger after Bailey wriggled free and got into a dangerous position in the box to cut it back, but Dan Byrne got in there with a goal-saving challenge, Steve Watson. And now Trippier played in on the right, into the middle. Here's Miguel Almirón with a chance, and Olsen gets down to make a save with his feet. First time Newcastle have really created a good goal-scoring opportunity today, and the substitute goalkeeper is there to deny them. Now fronts up Cash, heading down the line. Joe Willock cuts inside and plays a pass straight against Douglas Luiz, wins it back for Newcastle. Wilson, and now Miguel Almirón. Oh, that could be handball! It's a penalty for Newcastle United. Almirón with the shot, straight against a defender, off the hand, I think it was Ashley Young, and Paul Tierney, the referee, pointed straight to the spot. And Wilson looking for his fifth goal of the season to get Newcastle going this afternoon. Here he comes. Wilson has scored, just went down the middle. Olsen dived out of the way to his right, and in first half added on time in the 51st minute of the game. Callum Wilson has given Newcastle United a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, you very rarely say 51 minutes in the first half, but that's how this game has been. It's been very stop-start, very sloppy, and that was a really deliberate, cool penalty from Newcastle's strike.
Back into Botman. They've slowed it down, Newcastle, and just got some comfortable possession at the back. And Paul Tierney blows for half-time in the 11th minute of added on time at the end of this opening 45. Newcastle lead by a goal to nil. It's going to be Kieran Trippier to deliver. Everybody back for Aston Villa. He's rolled it short to Almiron, just inside the area. Back to Trippier, dinked into the middle, headed down in off the post, and Callum Wilson has got his second goal of the afternoon. A quick and clever set-piece routine from Newcastle, another one that they've clearly worked on. Trippier to Almiron, back again, a dink delivery, and Wilson with a nod in off the post. Newcastle United 2, Aston Villa 0.
Yeah, as I said in the first half, credit to everybody because of the amount of work that they must put in on the set plays. As you can see, the different variations are incredibly good, and that was just another case of it. Really well worked, great delivery, everybody knew where they needed to be, and a great finish at the end of it.
Almirón to Trippier. Oh, they've lost it at the edge of the area. Bruno gets in the way. Now Joe Willock, and they play forwards United. Oh, Bruno with a run through the middle, and Joelinton to the left, and Willock takes it on, receiving it from Wilson. 30 yards out, back through for Joelinton, and Wilson saved. Joelinton has scored. It's 3-0, and Joelinton at the Gallagher end with the rebound after Wilson was denied the hat-trick by a save from Olsen. Newcastle in trouble at one end, but then they break, and 4 players involved in the attack, finished off by Joelinton, who has his first of the season. And what a day this is turning out to be. 2 goals early in the second half, and it's now Newcastle United 3, Aston Villa 0.
Yeah, fantastic break again. Newcastle actually got lucky a couple of times in their own penalty area with a couple of misplaced passes. But once the ball broke to Callum Wilson, bodies, the energy was all great from Newcastle. Tried to play a slide rule pass through, which got cut out, which ended up in Wilson testing the keeper and Joelinton following up. Again, this may even be a VAR check, but again, I think we'll be fine. 3-0 and not playing brilliantly, but goodness me, we'd take that.
It looks as though he was level, Joelinton, with Wilson, who was in the centre of the box when he had the shot that was saved. Wilson's just dropped into a pocket of space, receives it from Byrne. Almirón cuts inside, goes for goal! Oh! Miguel Almirón with yet another goal, and that might even be the best of the lot. This is becoming ridiculous. Almirón with an absolute screamer. He has scored 6 goals in 6 games, and Almirón bending it around Olsen and into the far corner of the goal to make it Newcastle United 4, Aston Villa 0.
Absolutely fantastic, really simple in its creation, but a finish of the highest quality from a man who is on the top of his game and, more importantly, the top of his confidence levels.
What a goal! Oh. Wow, what a strike!
I just think that it's been really clever and controlled the way Newcastle played the game. It was really tight. They didn't give anything away, really. They had a couple of counter-attacks in the first half, Villa, but nothing that really tested Pope.
Matt Targett with the throw. Murphy wriggles free, lifts it into the middle, and they're off the bar from Wilson. Oh, so close to the hat-trick goal. What a leap and what a header.
Good ability from Murphy, great delivery. Callum Wilson, as you'd want from any great striker, in the middle of the goals.
There's space everywhere for Newcastle. Murphy on the outside. Murphy's got it into the penalty area. He's gone for goal and hit the post!
Another great break, but it all came from how solid Newcastle are.
Played a big part recently. He's got away from Young again, and looking for Wilson at the back post. Cleared away in the middle of the 6-yard box. It just won't quite fall for him.
Newcastle have stepped it up so much. Again, as I said earlier, without being fantastically dominant. They just
well played by Murphy. Joelinton back heel, and across from Longstaff, and Chris Wood couldn't connect. It came just off the outside of his left boot. Wood trying to get there in the middle, as Newcastle, with great play down the right, got in again.
Everybody will deserve the applause that they've got now.
The referee blows the final whistle. Newcastle United have won by 4 goals to 0. Callum Wilson with a penalty in first half added on time, then a second with a header off the post after a clever short corner routine. Joelinton followed up with a rebound from a saved Wilson effort for 3-0. And then Almiron with another stunner for 4. They've hit the woodwork a couple of times, Murphy and Wilson. They had another goal ruled out in the first half, but Newcastle are firmly in the top 4 of the Premier League.